Good morning, dear guests, dear participants. On this sunny morning, I'm very delighted to welcome everyone to today's event, Scale Your Business with a Taiwanese Fund, where we will present the opportunities for Lithuanian companies. This event is organized together by Innovation Agency Lithuania, Invest Lithuania, in cooperation with the Ministry of Economy and Innovation and Taiwania Capital. My name is Rasa Uždavinytė, and I am the Director of International Growth Department at the Innovation Agency Lithuania. Together with various partners, we are opening doors and developing long-term trade opportunities in Taiwan market for Lithuanian businesses. And today, I'm very happy to share the news that Taiwan is launching a $200 million fund, which is called Central and Eastern Europe Investment Fund, to be managed by Taiwania Capital. We believe that this fund will lead to tangible partnerships and will play a major role in shaping further business connections between Lithuanian and Taiwanese businesses, especially in strategic sectors, such as biotechnology and pharma, semiconductors, lasers, fintech, electric vehicles, smart manufacturing, and I can continue and continue. So without further ado, let me briefly introduce our speakers today. First of all, we will have a welcoming speech by Vice Minister of the Economy and Innovation, Jovita Neliupšienė. Then we will have Mr. Eric Huang, the representative of Taiwanese government, the Taiwanese Representative Office in Lithuania. And finally, Mr. David Wang, who is the CEO of Taiwania Capital, will present the fund's opportunities for Lithuanian businesses. After all these presentations, we will have the Q&A session. So please be active. You can write us the questions in the comment section on your screen, and we will answer them to our best knowledge. And without further ado, I would like to welcome Ms. Jovita Neliupšienė for her welcoming speech. Please, Jovita.
Thank you, Rasa, and dear ladies and gentlemen, it's really my distinct pleasure to congratulate you on behalf of the Ministry of Economy and Innovation on this special occasion. As we can all agree that economic growth and investment are two sides of the same coin. We cannot deal with competitiveness and economic growth without investments, and we cannot attract investment without the competitiveness and economic growth. So our potential and focus is concentrated in breakthrough innovations, and gladly we enjoy same vision and mission with Taiwan. Last year, we welcomed a high-level delegation from Taiwan and had an opportunity to see a mutual common desire of both nations to accelerate actions on the global scale. I truly believe this is the moment to create new level partnerships between Taiwanese and Lithuanian businesses in the most potential sectors that Rasa actually started to name and to capitalize bilateral economic relations. We already boosted our bilateral trade. I looked through the numbers in the 2021 and in comparison with 2020, and we already see the increase of turnover of 30%. But if I take only 2 months and I compare with the previous years, 2 months of this year, and compare the previous years of those 2 months, so the increase of turnover is actually 50%. That's, I think, the good start. But this is not and not the end. We as well started close technical partnership in the high-tech sectors such as semiconductors, lasers, biotechnologies, IT, and others. On February, the Center of Physical and Technological Science has opened and joined Taiwan and Lithuanian Center for Semiconductor and Material Research. On March, representatives of Taiwan visited Lithuania to assess the potential of semiconductor ecosystem in Lithuania. And we have many more events upcoming this year to improve our cooperation with Taiwan. So the list is endless as well. So let's speed up with our ambitions to create solutions for tomorrow, because innovation is about tomorrow. And I believe that opportunity is in front of us today. In Lithuania, the close relation between talent, education, and business create the nexus that fuels those innovations. And we hope that we are already, and we can actually still improve to be a regional center of excellence for global technology companies, from the most powerful laser to a global leaders in VPN technology, from disrupting mobility solutions to gene editing research and technologies, and of course, open banking solutions. Our future-ready innovators are already impacting research and product development globally. And I'm more than happy to assure you that together we can achieve even more. Therefore, I invite all of us to seize the moment and to accelerate cooperation and competitiveness in the global area, because together we are stronger. So, and a very special thanks to Taiwania Capital for this stepping stone to our joint innovation journey in the future. Thank you, and all the best in the discussion.
Thank you very much, dear Vice Minister. Indeed, the keyword here is acceleration, because we had a lot of initiatives that we were developing together with the Taiwanese, I want to say, friends. And I want to invite my friend, Mr. Eric Huang, to also welcome us all.
Thank you, Rosa. Thank you, Vice Minister Nadipashena, Taiwan's Taiwania's General Manager Wayne, Partner Yang, ladies and gentlemen. In January of this year, I hosted an online conference together in Lithuania with Taiwan's Deputy Foreign Minister, Mr. Harry Chen, to announce the plan to establish the $200 million investment fund. In about 3 months, the government of Taiwan established the fund and selected Taiwania Capital to manage the fund to foster new investment projects from Taiwan in Lithuania and the joint projects of Taiwan and Lithuania. This demonstrates Taiwan's strong commitment and actions in strengthening the economic and technological cooperation between Taiwan and Lithuania. We will continue to promote mutually beneficial economic cooperation between our two democracies and market economies. I'm so thankful for the Lithuanian Ministry of Economy and Innovation to host this conference for Taiwania, to introduce itself to the Lithuanian business community, to launch their journey in Lithuania. I wish all of you a successful event and good health. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, dear Eric. And I would like to say that we truly value the cooperation efforts, and especially on your account, your personal efforts to accelerate the business and trade cooperation between Taiwan and Lithuania. And now let's go to the core of this event. So please, Mr. David Wang, who is the CEO of Taiwania Capital, who will present the opportunities. Just I want to say and to remind that we have around 100 Lithuanian companies in this event. So it's a truly fruitful beginning, and I hope that there will be a lot of questions. Thank you. Please, David.
Thank you so much. You know, I'm very excited and very honored to introduce Taiwania, especially for the Central and Eastern European Fund. You know, I was visiting Lithuanian last October, and I got a lot of good, you know, impression, and also make few friends. But I'm sure we are going to build up not just friendship, but more partnership down the road. And I would, you know, on behalf of Taiwanese people here, we appreciate all the help, all the support during the pandemic. You know, we cannot say more, you know, to show our appreciation. But, you know, for our company or for all the events that we had in Taipei, I always treat people with chocolate and beers from, you know, Lithuanian. So we all love it. So I will continue to see how can we build up a better, you know, not just friendship, but partnership down the road. And I'm sure this is just the beginning. And there are so many things that we can collaborate each other. And my role is to facilitate and also to invest more from in your country, and also establish and strengthen strategic partnership in high-tech area. And I already identified so many potential projects or startup or companies that we can work together, not just in semiconductor. You know, there are so many areas that we are exploring at this time. And so that's my great honor, and very pleased to introduce our fund to everyone here. And thank you for your attending, and also appreciate all your engagement here. So let me quickly go through the Taiwania. This fund is established by the National Development Fund, but I want to share with you not just this fund. This is just in the beginning that we would like to use this opportunity to establish a more close relationship between your country, and especially in the high-tech innovation area. If we are executed right, I'm sure we will have a more follow-up fund, just like Taiwania. We have technology fund. We also have biotech fund. And currently, we already have 4 funds established, and we are continue to grow different funds. But today, I'm just going to focus on Central and Eastern European Investment Fund. As our ambassadors say, we established this fund in March. And Taiwania, you know, is very honored to manage this fund. And the fund's life is about 10 years. And we really want to enhance the business, you know, side. You know, it's almost like a country business development. And we also want to create more industrial partnership, and also the supply chain cooperation between 2 countries. And so that's the whole purpose of this fund. We want to do more if this is a very successful project. And I'm sure it's going to be a very good start. So our investment target has been very clear. We also want to encourage more Taiwanese, you know, high-tech company to invest in, you know, Lithuanian and also the other country in that region. So we already received quite a lot of interest from our company or enterprise here. And they all say this is a great opportunity and potential down the road. And we see this is you know, actually a very emerging market from our perspective. So that's why a lot of high-tech company, not just the electronic or the big company, there are so many startups, but they're also very interested and to go to your region and be able to establish some kind of partnership there. On the other hand, we also welcome, we really want to see how can we cooperate and also leverage a lot of technology, great R&D, and also great potential emerging technology that Taiwan needs. So for Taiwanese as a purpose, we really want to bridge, you know, these two sides. One has been the inbound to Taiwan. We encourage companies from Lithuanian and to be able to work with our industry leaders and also maybe some of the startup in Taiwan ecosystem as well. So we like to conduct, you know, main business activity or on both areas. That's the main purpose of what we like to establish. And also we want to make concrete plan, for some of the branch or subsidiary or operation in Taiwan. We really want to encourage to see more and more companies have that opportunity. So on the other hand, we also want to go there, and we want to hire one investment manager located in Lithuania and be able to do the sourcing, especially some of the scouting and also DD locally. And Taiwania will have a lot of technical expertise in Taiwan and be able to support that function as well. So all in all, we like to see both direction collaboration, and also through investment, how can we develop a deeper relation and also create a long-term strategic partnership. So I have to say, our initial focus will be only on these three countries to begin with. And Lithuania actually is running very fast. And most of the pipeline I see in our evaluation, we have, if I recall correctly, almost 10 potential customers that we already get into some early scouting, and also some very quickly, we already know some of the company that is fit our investment target. And we want to continue to go deep dive and have a due diligence with these companies. And on the other hand, we also have the 4 representatives from Taiwania will visit Lithuania in June. And I'm sure there are more opportunities that we can have a face-to-face communication. And we also want to visit some of these startups and also some of the enterprise in there. And hopefully that we have a opportunity to start invest this year. We like to set our target, more aggressively in our trip. So these are the investment region. You are right on our target, and we want to focus more in Lithuanian, to be honest. So that's a great opportunity. And here are some of the major sectors that we look into, but not just limit to these areas. And as you may know, Taiwania already invested in high-tech or hard-tech area for the last almost 5 years. We also have another fund is doing biotechnology for pharma, for medical device, for smart, a lot of smart healthcare, that area. So those are the areas we already familiar with. And what we want to do is to expand that. My background has been in Silicon Valley for about 40 years. So we do have a lot of good connection with the Tier 1 VC and also with the startup ecosystem. I served at Cisco as a software engineering director for 11 years in the 1990s. So I'm personally also focused, look into a lot of cybersecurity area, software engineering. And so those are the main focus that Taiwania also have the good investment, and that's our target area as well. So all in all, I think space tech, that's also what Taiwan government is going to focus on as well. And I know that you have quite a few startups in the fintech, in the blockchain area. We are very interested in those areas. And also EV and AV, as you may know, that our successful investment exit is focused on the EV area. So, and your region also are good in some of those technology that we can really connect, not just with Taiwan, we also want to connect with some of the major player, EV and AV in Silicon Valley as well. So we do have quite a few corporate venture partners, not just in US, in Japan, or some of the partnership we established over the couple, for myself, it's a couple of decades through the investment life cycle. We know quite a lot of our key partners that we want to link all this together. And also manufacturing has been the very strong sector, especially for the new material new process and more advanced manufacturing. Taiwan is good at that. And we want to know how can we also be a great partner with some of the Lithuanian company that we can help out in the semiconductor and also even in the next generation manufacturing material and process. So overall, I think there are a very wide range of technology, either it's a hard tech or high tech. We are all very interested, and I think there are great opportunities that between Taiwan and Lithuania that we can work together to make this a successful investment company. Okay, so the fund size is $200 million US, and we would like to target two kinds of potential portfolio. One has been the startups and early stage company. By that I mean pre-A round that we also want to look into the early stage investment. And those ticket size or the check size will be a little bit smaller than the joint venture or investment with expansion or scale up companies. And those companies for the large enterprise, we are very interested too. We encourage the joint venture between Taiwanese enterprise and also Lithuanian well-established enterprise, and work together to have either a subsidiary or a joint venture, some operation in both sides. So those ticket sizes can be ranged between 10 million or 15 million. So this is the first check that we would like to issue. And overall, we want to move fast on this investment as fast as we could. So I'm sure that you will see Taiwania is going to move aggressively on these investment targets. Okay, so we have a very rigid investment process as well. So we encourage any good business plan, you can send it over email, or you can later on you can contact our investment manager locally. And we'd like to start doing all this initial screening, and also we have a protect both sides IP, and we'll sign a non-disclosure agreement. And later on, if we have a good fit, then we will start conducting the due diligence. So these are very standard, VC practice. And for overall, I think this will take about 2 to 4 months. But some cases, it might last longer. It depends on the capital structure and also the company structure as well. So in general, I think you can expect from initial contact to finish the investment funding is probably 2 to 6 months. But I would like to see if we can shorten this period as well. So hopefully that 3 months, 1 quarter is from the beginning to the end. That's what I'm shooting for, more effective and efficient process in place. So let me spend a few minutes to talk about Taiwania Capital. We are the leading venture capital in Taiwan. This one actually is initiated by President Tsai. It's one of her major, when after she got elected, she knows how to make Taiwan a more innovation-based economic development rather than efficient. So that's why she thought that she believed capital investment for the innovation industry is very important. So I was appointed to lead a group. I start from scratch, and this company is founded in 2017. And my background has been in Silicon Valley for about 40 years. And I've been through a lot of investment, through the angel investment to venture investment. And later on, I came back to Taiwan 6 years ago to do all this innovation-based economic planning. And we really want to serve as the national development, business development arm for Taiwan government. And we like to do the global connection. And now we find out, Eastern European is one of the area as an emerging market and also have a lot of potential in technology in so many areas that Taiwan can really work together with these enterprise and the startup to do that. So Taiwanese mission is really to build up the strategic partnership in globally. And we are not just focused in Taiwan market. We want to see where are the major areas. And like the government, this year, our focus is really focused on the Central and Eastern European, especially, Lithuanian, that I think we see that's a great opportunity right there. So, and we also doing a lot of pioneering disruptive entrepreneurship. Taiwania also have a mission to create a healthy startup ecosystem and also the venture investment ecosystem. So we not just bring in the capital, we also want to bring in our experience and executive for the corporate governing. So that for all the investment portfolio, we heavily engage and help out the company go to market and also be able to exit successfully in a global position. So we do have an office in our headquarters in Taipei, near Taipei 101. And we also have a Silicon Valley office in Santa Clara. And at this time, we are just in the process of establishing Central and Eastern Europe office. So we will have 2 local hires to begin with. And as the business grows, as the investment activity heats up, we are going to do more investment. But our back office is fully supported for this remote office. So we hope that we can hire an investment manager right away in Lithuanian. So that's our current plan. Okay, so like I mentioned before, we have a high-tech focus and also we have a biotech domain. Now for the fund 1, we already finished the investment of about 150 million US dollar. And we currently also just raised the fund 6, the first closing just done today. So our high tech has a 3 fund under management. And the Central Eastern European fund is different. So this is outside of this domain. In biotech, we also have a 2 fund in operation. Totally, we already invest close to about 50 portfolio company in a different area. So for Central and the Eastern European fund, it's just in the beginning, and we really want to make good investment of those 200 million US dollar. So we hope to enhance the business collaboration between these countries. All right, so just give you a snapshot of what our mission and the company overview. We are fully supported and sponsored by the government, backing by the government. And however, we also do the fundraising through our enterprise and also financial institution. So at this time, it's probably 1/3 from the government National Development Fund and 1/3 from the financial sector. And the other one is from the enterprise. So we do have a very good relation with the high-tech enterprise. They are all our limited partner and willing to work with us on some of these developing emerging technologies. And we also connect our Taiwanese good high potential company with a global partner and help them develop and grow to the full potential through our investment and entrepreneurship experience. So we do give them a lot of advice, including the roadmap, go-to-market strategy, and help them get connect globally. And Taiwania also help develop the startup ecosystem in Taiwan. And we have more and more funding coming out from different areas. So overall, Taiwan venture capital industry is growing, and we also see the growth of the entrepreneurship. As a matter of fact, we also welcome some of the Lithuanian startup to come to Taiwan to have a co-working or even have partner with Taiwan's startup ecosystem. You are all very welcome in many areas, for biotech or for high tech. Especially Taiwan has such a broad semiconductor and hardware or hard tech area. those are great opportunities. I would like to see if we can do more funding to help out, these build up the ecosystem, especially startup companies. And we are currently managing 6 funds and raising new funds. So that's another biotech fund is coming up second half of this year. So just give you a quick overview of what we have done over the past 4 years. Okay, so why Taiwania? So this is, we have, I'm so lucky to recruit very experienced veterans from Silicon Valley and also some of the local, venture capital experienced people. So our team has a very good track record in the past, our executive experience, and we have served many Fortune 500 technology companies before. And in Taiwan, we also recruit the best talent out from the venture capital firm. So we are a good, very good investment team, and also be able to provide a lot of consultancy. And our track, and Taiwania has been fully sponsored by Taiwanese government and enterprise. Not just the government give us the funding, but we see more and more enterprises willing to work together with Taiwania Capital and be able to not just become our limited partner, but they also open up their platform for the startup or for our portfolio to work with. So I would say we have established a good relation with these Taiwanese enterprise over years. And our track record has been very promising. And also we have a good IRR and also have several companies already went IPO in NASDAQ or even been M&A for the past 2 years. So, and our deal sourcing has been very healthy. We get a lot of proprietary deals through our prior connection with the Silicon Valley and also in Taiwan. When the people think about raising money, they will think about Taiwania first. So this is our advantage in Taiwan. So let me just spend a little bit time introduce our team. So Mitch and I are co-lead for this Central and Eastern European Fund. Mitch, do you want to add some, or maybe introduce yourself a little bit, Mitch?
Yes, Hi, everybody. My name is Mitch Yang. I'm the managing partner of Central and Eastern European Investment Fund. And I'm traveling to Lithuania pretty soon. I'm going with a group of delegates led by the Vice Minister of Ministry of Economic Affairs. And we shall be arriving on May 24th. One of the main events that we are attending is the Startup Fair on May 26th. So I look forward to see as many of you as possible. So we can talk and check by that time. So I'm looking forward to it. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Mitch. Yeah, and my other general partner or my partner at the tech fund is Chen Wu. Chen also entrepreneurs and also he started about many companies, but 4 of them has been successfully when IPO in NASDAQ or been acquired. So one of the most notable result is is the company that AeroPoint he started, and about 3 years he sold to Cisco System for over 5.6 billion, and totally his exit is greater than 6 billion. And I'm so lucky that to have such the entrepreneurs and also executive willing to join me to manage this fund. And I myself, I have been in Silicon Valley since 1981, and I spent about 8 years with Hewlett Packard as a software engineering manager. And later on, I joined Cisco in the early days of Cisco. At that time, it's about 200 people, and I've been their first software engineering director and managing. I see the growth, so from a few hundred people to maybe 60,000 people when I early retire in 2003. And during that time, I witnessed about 100 acquisitions in the networking area. So I witnessed the whole growth of the internet. And since 90s, I already started doing a lot of angel investment. So my portfolio is about 80 companies, and more than 10 of them are successfully IPO or being M&A. So I have been focused a lot on the emerging new technology startup. And so I also have another general partner, Jerome. Jerome is going to help out in the biotech area. So he will help Central Eastern European Fund to look into some of the biotech related projects. And I also have a Sinful as our operation venture VP operation. So altogether, we have a very strong leadership team to serve, to manage this fund. So hopefully that we can meet you soon and be able to engage on some of the investment project together. So overall, this is what I have shared. I hope that I'm welcome any kind of the comment or question down the road. Thank you.
Thank you, David. Very comprehensive presentation, but of course we still have questions. Let me look at them. Okay. First of all, thank you for the event. Let me ask if startups are able to participate in the funding. For sure, David has presented that startups are in focus, and as it was commented by Mitch, that Taiwania will be present at the Startup Fair event held by Startup Lithuania, which is part of Innovation Agency Lithuania, on the 26th of May. So if you are startups, you can be there and hear additional information from Taiwania Capital. And also the same person is asking, what are the tools, terms and conditions scheme of the funding? I believe you showed the scheme, but maybe you can briefly open up on the terms and conditions, or this is strictly for confidential.
Sorry, I missed that question.
What are the tools, terms, and conditions scheme of the funding? So you showed the scheme of the funding. I believe when startups are asking about terms and conditions, we are talking about contractual things, right? Which is investment, equity, technology, and so on.
Yes, we always look for technology and also see what the market is fundable. So first of all, I would like to see we open to look at any teams, and we like to focus more on the people and your skill set, and also the what problem you try to solve, and how big is the market. So those are the overall that we look into it. And when you are fundable, and we are willing to give a very early stage investment with some funding, but the check size, of course, will be smaller. So we do encourage a startup to submit your business plan to us. I think we welcome, and we also welcome any referrals.
Mm-hmm. And here's another question by a startup in laser optics company named Biomera. Whom should we contact to check if our vision is compatible with your fund expectations and the conditions? What would be the key contact now? Because I know you are about to hire a person responsible to do the scouting in Lithuanian market, but until it happens, I'm sure that after this event, there will be a number of companies who would like to already start talking to you.
Okay, great. Mitch, do you want to see the contact information?
Yes. Okay. Actually, if you go to our website, taiwaniascapital.com, and you can find a link the introduction of the fund. And from there, you'll find a way to send your email. And I can go there, but it's very easy to find as long as you go to our website and then find an email and sending your business plan. Once we got your business plan, we will have someone on it actually within 24 hours to review it and give a response to you. So of course you have to be qualified for the requirements. So I think David just done the presentation, and the company, the Lithuanian company, has to have some sort of connection established with Taiwan, a Taiwanese company, such as mutual, cooperation via like technology transfer or some type of investment, mutual investment or venture capital. So what I'm saying is, as long as you fulfill the requirement, sending your BP, then we'll look into that. But if you have any question, send your email to that email address, then we'll respond to you very, very quickly.
Yeah.
Thank you, Mitch. And in case you have problems of finding that page, landing page or connection, of course, you can always ask Innovation Agency and us to help you to connect with Taiwania. Okay, and then we have a couple more questions. For investment purposes, do you acquire the equity of the startup? What is the usual percentage if so?
Yes, we are equity investment, so we will get some share and stock from you. It really depends on the valuation of each company. So every company will be different, and that's a very subjective. But I can assure you, as a angel investment now is venture capitalist, we will be fair, and I will try to be fair in terms of valuation. So that's also purpose of the Taiwania. We want to, like I always tell people, we need to treat people with integrity. So that's why if you ask me how much % I'm going to take, it depends on how big is the market, how big is the your technology can solve the problem, how big you try to solve. So there are many factors that we have to look into that.
Okay, so the more global it is, the more potential of the funding it has. Mm-hmm. Okay, we have a very technical question about the fund and the assets. Is the fund dilutive or non-dilutive precept? If dilutive, what is behind that?
Dilutive, when we take a stake or investment, that's diluted, yeah. So I hope that's what you mean by diluted. So we will take some equity out from the investment. Like I say, we might, for the early stage, normally, it will dilute about 20 to 25%. It depends on the first, funding. But normally, that's what I would suggest the startup, how much money you need, and you need to take. For example, if your valuation is about $4 million US, and I'll invest 1 million on top of, to you, and I probably will request 20 to 25% equity. So those are just in general, I'm just giving you an example. Not every company or every startup will be the same.
Okay. Okay, I believe that we don't have any more questions. At least I don't see in my chat window. But to conclude, I still want to dig on that potential, because as we understand, this is a common fund for Central and Eastern European countries, and we've been talking with Eric before, and yes. I know that it will be on the first come, first served basis, which means Lithuanians have to be show initiative and don't wait too long, because there will be a competition, obviously. Yes. So yes. You mentioned during your presentation that you already have identified some potential projects to cooperate in supply chain cooperation. Can you, do you want to share a little bit on which fields are those? I mean, we are not talking names here, but it's
sure.
Just interesting to open the curtain a little bit.
Okay, I think, of course, laser technology, of course, that's the top choice. Some are related to software area. So blockchain, fintech, and we also look into potential semiconductor area. So I think the list I can share with you, but I probably cannot, publicly say it, who apply for this fund. But I'm very excited. I'm very excited to see people already take the initiative and to contact us. And like Mitch said, the best way is to send your pitch deck or your business plan to us, and we will seriously look into that, and we'll move from there. Hopefully that we can be a fruitful investment for both sides. I always look for win-win-win situation. Basically, the staff need to be win, and the venture capital need to be win, and also the society or the investor need to be win too. So we look at and for this fund, hopefully, both countries can benefit from this partnership deeply.
Indeed. And especially when you talk about your connections in Silicon Valley, so obviously there are opportunities not just to enter Taiwan market, but also to enter US and Japan. Yes. And this is exactly where we want to see our business present, creating global innovative solutions. Okay, so still we have the last question. Someone was very fast. Are you looking into the health area as well? I believe yes, because there is a biotechnology, yes. But could you please comment on that?
Bio?
Yes, biotechnology, biotech.
Yes, actually, we look into the healthcare. We also look into medical device. We also look into the pharma area. So we like to, and also we look at some of the company may have a clinical or hospital related healthcare, either equipment, device, or solution. So very broad range that we welcome. Healthcare and tech is one of the areas that we focus already. Yeah, Mitch, do you have something to share?
No, I think, if they look into the presentation, there's a page of the target area that we are focusing on, and biotech is one of them. And by the way, besides those companies that, those are cases that David just mentioned that we already have with people from Lithuania, we also have one case with electric vehicle. So it's one EV case as well.
Great. So
by the way, Andy, sorry, yes. For the email address, I can read it to everybody here. Is ce-europe@taiwaniacapital.com. That's ce-europe@taiwaniacapital.com. So just send your question, any question, if you have, any question about a fund, whether you're consider, submitting your business plan, or you just want to know more about, Taiwan and Taiwania, just send it to that account.
And if somebody didn't get the email correctly, so what we will do, we will post it under the window of this event, because the record of this event will be present on our account. As usually, we record our events, and then the companies who did not have the chance to listen or to view all the event can go there and view again. So we will post in the comment area this email address under this event record. I think we reached the end of this today's engagement. So I would like to thank you all participating here. I just want to express the gratitude and express the hope for the acceleration of Lithuanian and Taiwan trade ties. And I really hope that we can grow some big global names out of it. So to our companies, please be active, and thank you very much. See you in all other occasions. For the startups, see you at the Startup Fair on the 26th of May. Thank you and bye-bye.